Welcome to my comparison of the Storm Ion Pro Solid versus the Storm Ion Pro Hybrid. Today we're looking at the new Ion Pro Solid and comparing it to one of last year's best balls, the original Ion Pro Hybrid. The Ion Pro Solid keeps everything that made the original Ion Pro so great, but changes the cover stock from TX16 Hybrid to the same TX16 Solid that's been on the Phase 2 since 2016. Unlike the Ion Pro Hybrid in the Phase 2, the Ion Pro Solid is finished with Power Edge polish. The 14-pound version of the Ion Pro Solid I'm throwing has an RG of 2.51, a differential of 0.036, and an intermediate differential of 0.010. Before we dive into performance, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're quickly approaching 600 subscribers and I can't thank you all enough. Whether you've been here since the first video or just hopped on, I appreciate every single one of you. Now, let's head out to the lanes. We're back at Town & Country Lanes in Nitro, West Virginia, testing both balls on the standard house shot. This pair just came off of a 4-person league, which means we're seeing some wear in the pattern, probably a bit more than when you'd use the Ion Pro Solid in your league. I drilled the Ion Pro Solid with the same 4.5 by 4 by 3.5 layout that I did with the original Hybrid. I liked the original, so no need to mess with that. This drilling puts the pin in my ring finger and drills the pin out completely. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll remember I'm a big fan of the original Ion Pro, and the Ion Pro Solid is a great follow-up to the original. You may also remember that I've talked about differences in solid, hybrid, and pearl cover stocks. The cover stock variations are significant when comparing cover stocks of the same formula. In this case, the solid and the hybrid are both TX16, so you'd expect that the solid would read the lane sooner than the original hybrid version, which would be accurate if the cover preparations were the same. In this case, Storm has finished the Ion Pro Solid with Power Edge, while the original Ion Pro was finished with 4000 grit Abralon. So this is one of those weird cases where the Solid actually goes longer and is more angular than the hybrid version. The great news is that the Ion Pro Solid takes surface changes very well and can easily be finished with 2000 or 3000 grit to read the lane sooner. I don't want to mislead you. The Ion Pro Solid is not going to be a ball that does a U-turn down lane, but at the factory service it is going to go longer and be slightly sharper than the hybrid. But as you'll see later in the hybrid videos, both of them are going to be relatively smooth and controllable. I'm absolutely considering taking the shine off the Ion Pro Solid just to create a slightly bigger difference between the two. Keep in mind my layout on both of these balls is kind of halfway between pin up and pin down, so that will certainly make the core roll later and smoother overall. Pin up drillings would give them a little snappier response. Overall, I can see the Ion Solid being a good ball in a house shot, but with some surface changes, I could really see it excelling on harder challenge and sport patterns where control and accuracy is far more important. Moving over to the original Ion Pro Hybrid. To make the comparison more fair, I treated my Ion Pro to a spa day. A rough sanding, a quick detox to remove the oil, then finished it back to the box 4000 grit surface. So it's about as new as a ball can get. The original hybrid, with its fresh 4000 surface, definitely digs in sooner and has a smoother overall reaction down lane. I do think there's room for both of them in your bag, but if I had the balls to drill over again, I would likely drill them a bit different to give them a little bit better separation. They're different enough to use with the same layouts, but different layouts would certainly separate them a bit more. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. New comparisons are coming soon. Huge thanks to Town & Country Lanes in Nitro, West Virginia for letting me shoot these videos, and to my partners. Storm for making the best balls in the game, Vice for the inserts and interchangeable thumbs I rely on, and Bowlifi for keeping me comfortable and looking good on the lanes. Visit your local Storm VIP Pro Shop to check out the latest from Storm, Rotogrip, and 900 Global. Until next time, keep chasing perfection, one frame at a time.